y'all. It's me. It's your girl, the real deal Anita Skills Reaction Channel. Like, share, and subscribe. What's up, real deal? How y'all doing out there? Man, I hope y'all staying cool. Get you some watermelon, some peaches, get you some cold fruit. Stay hydrated, drink your enough water, and they get on your nerve, get you a Coke 45. I'm just playing. Drink some water. Drink some water. I'm just playing now. I'm just playing. Now, real deal. Cut the music, DJ. Oh, so sweet. Thank you. Cut the. Thank you, baby. Thank you, man. All right, y'all. Let's get into our content. Now, tomorrow is going. This week going to be a busy day with the case. Okay. Now they should be came down to a recognition at the end of the month, end of this week or next week or something like that. Now, don't forget this is a what you call it, y'all? Death penalty case. They trying to avoid. They trying to say Melly attorney is trying to say he wasn't in the car, y'all. Now, the title is YNW Melly, attorney, Pounce, Incompetence investigation. He trying to say he is going to prove. I'm gonna say because I don't want him to not look like a little attorney. He is want to prove he's the open statement that he's going to prove that Melly wasn't in the car. Now we heard and we saw experts saying that an individual was in the back seat. And who did we see get in the back seat? Was Melly. So now the court ain't gonna have to tell them who was in that back seat. Because Melly is the only one that we saw go to the what? Back seat. All right, y'all. Now I want to replay the argument, the attack that young man right here, Melly's lawyer, is going to attack the investigation division because he saying that they can't tell a bullet don't have a name on it, yeah. A shell don't have a name on it. So Melly is the only one we seen get in the car. That's all I got to say. So let's listen to this. Now let me see how can I do this. Okay, we might have to listen to it instead of. Let me see how can I do this. Maybe I can take this down and let y'all listen to it. Wonder how that go. Wonder how that go, y'all. I don't know how that gonna go. Let me do it like this. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Let me see. I might have to do it like this. Cause I can't keep doing it the way I want to do it. Let me see. Sorry about that, y'all. Let me see. Ooh. Y'all, it's a young man asked, how could he tag me on the video? So what is this? So y'all gotta tell me how to do that. He wanna tag me on a video. And I don't know how to do it. Okay, let's do it right here. This it right here. No, I don't want her. I want him. Okay, let me see. Here it goes right here. Okay, yeah. That's okay. Here it goes.
For why he would do this. Because there is no reason. We're breaking down the defense's opening statement next.
Okay.
That is riddled with reasonable doubt. That is founded on an incompetent and incomplete investigation and exercise poor judgment at every turn. The state cannot prove beyond a reasonable doubt the allegations that they have made. And there is a reason for that. You recall Miss Bradley, some of you may recall, during jury selection, going to great lengths to let you know that she does not have to prove motive. And she's right about that. The law doesn't require her to prove motive. But you know what does require motive? A young man to wake up one day and decide that he's going to kill two of his best friends. Best friends that he grew up with, best friends that he hangs out with, best friends who he lives with, best friends whose careers he was trying to launch alongside his own. They have no reason for why he would do this. Because there is no reason. And if there's no reason, it doesn't make sense. And if after 4 years of investigation, the state comes and says, hey, he killed two of his friends, his best friends, and you're wondering why, and their answer is, oh, I don't know. So you thought this was a good defense opening. I mean, I never even say great, but what?
Now, I'm trying to find the one that I want y'all to listen to. Hold on for a minute. Now, the one I want y'all to listen to is this one. I might have to pull it up, y'all. Okay, wait. Okay, let's pull this one up. Okay, let me see. Let me pull this up. This the one.
And he lies about not having a phone. I think it was Miss Bradley herself who said, everybody has a phone in his pocket, not Cortland Henry. There were 3 phones in that car. There were 3 people in that car. So they take him at his word, despite suspicious circumstances, and they let him go on his way. They soon discover that he's lying about the location of this incident, and they went back to him, and they labeled him a victim. And they said, we know you're scared. Tell us what happened. He lies to them again. They let him go. And they know where he went. They know the location that he went. They know the house that he went to right after. And any investigator worth his salt would have thought to maybe execute a search warrant on that location. To see if you find any bloody clothes, any DNA, any blood, a weapon maybe. You guys are probably familiar with the series First 48. That's founded on the proposition that if you botch an investigation within the first 48 hours, you pretty much botched it for good. It's 48 months plus later. They still haven't served a search warrant on that location.
Wow.
Why? Moretti already had his man. What's the point of an investigation? To find out what happened. He's using all his resources to try and prove what he has already concluded did happen. So, after Portland Henry, lead number 2, a gentleman named Montrell Roll, and his sister, Nia Hewitt. Who were they? Well, another police department came into possession of jail calls between those two that occurred within 3 days after the murders, and discussed what they describe as intimate details of the murders. Intimate details means details that are not in the public domain. So 3 days after, these two people are discussing the details of a murder. They go out and interview Miss Hewitt. They don't interview Mr. Roll. And they ask her, well, how did you know all these intimate details? Oh, I heard it's something to the effect of a word on the street.
Okay, y'all heard it. I was trying to get the boy name that he said, Montreal. We got to get that name, y'all.
Doesn't say who she heard it from. Case closed. They move on. That's lead number 2. That was ignored. Then there's Robert Colbert. Who is he? He is a gentleman that owns a social media account by the name of Backwards. This social media account, almost immediately, within days after these murders, posts this message: LOL, we killed 2 of your neighbors. Cobra Hill. Took him 7 months to go and talk to Mr. Colbert, the owner of this account, that posts what amounts to an unequivocal confession to involvement in that murder, in those murders. 7 months. Why? Already had this guy. And when they go and talk to Mr. Colbert, what does he say? He said, oh, I created that account and I sold it for $20 to somebody else. Who'd you sell it to? Oh, I can't remember.
For $20.
Were you at the murder scene? No. Did you do it? No. Case closed. That's it. No more investigation. It would occur to a reasonable person, let alone a seasoned investigator acting in good faith. Why would somebody buy an Instagram account when you can create one
there you go
for free
there you
on
go.
your own? If not to hide your identity.
There you go.
And if somebody goes to the trouble of buying an Instagram account to hide their identity and then confesses to a murder that you're investigating, maybe you ought to go and figure out who that person is and talk to them. And maybe there is no such person. Maybe it was not sold. Why would somebody create an Instagram account and sell it for $20? And if he's in the business of doing that, that's of interest. And how would anybody know to go to him to buy an Instagram account? These are all unanswered questions. No investigation. Case closed. Let's move on. David Hedgepath. Who is he, you might wonder? Twitter account called Crucial Almighty. He posts a confession to this murder.
So what they doing now, Melly's, those ain't nobody but people who allegedly in the same company are Melly's, and they are getting their own account and playing along with it like that. Okay, they trying to what they did was got an account, trying to sell it, trying to play games, cause they know it's a case. Okay, to knock Melly out.
Something to the effect of, "We coming at that Jeep." Can't remember the quote. You're gonna hear about it. And essentially, it was a confession to involvement in the murders. It took them a year and a half to go and talk to him. They knew about it a year and a half earlier. It took them a year and a half to go and talk to him. Why do you do that unless you've already concluded that you know who committed the crime? You've already determined who your defendant will be. And when they go to this young man and ask him, well, actually before, this is a year and a half before, they said, "Oh, we've determined that he was just trying to start an internet beef to advance his career." Who told him that? We're not talking to a soul. So it took them a year and a half to go down there and track him down. And when they do go and track him down, they say, "Hey, did you commit the murder? No. Were you in the area? No. Where were you? Well, I could have been at work. At work where? Any one of 3 places. Okay, could you give me a work schedule?" As though that would prove anything. He says, "Well, I can get it now." "Oh, no, don't worry about it. Just email it to me." Really? And he doesn't even do that. There is no report that he even follows up and sends them an email of this mysterious work schedule proving that he wasn't at the location. They conclude, "Oh, he's not there. Wasn't him. Case closed." Is that how we do business?
Okay.
Everyone is talking about this morning ritual.
Okay, what we gonna do? Y'all hear this? But that's what his job. That's his job.
That's not all. There are several other people who are potential suspects who were not tracked down. You're going to hear about them during the course of this trial. But beyond that, 3 years after arresting this young man and sticking him in a cell, the state looks at its case and says, "Oh man, this looks a little incompetent. Miramar police seems to have botched this investigation." And they call the Broward Sheriff's Office and ask them to come and look at the investigation upon which this entire prosecution rests. And he looks at it and he says he instantly knew he had to start from scratch. I think his words were, "It was the worst thing I had seen in my life." This is the Broward Sheriff's Office evaluating the work product of the Miramar Police Department. And we have problems with the Broward Sheriff's Office redo as well, but you're going to hear about that during the course of this trial. Ladies and gentlemen, the murder of anybody and the murder of these 2 young men was a tragedy. You're not here to solve a crime. That's their job, and they have watched it. Jurors often get confused as to their mission. You can't do a job unless you know what that job is.
That's right.
Every civil society needs to have a prosecutorial arm prosecuting crimes and offenses. That's a noble pursuit. There's nothing wrong with that. And every country does it. In some countries, the prosecutor decides who the person is. They send a cop to go arrest him. They throw him in jail. That's the end of it. We don't do that in this country. What we do is we ask, are you sure about what you're talking about? That's the purpose of this proceeding. You're not here to judge Mr. Demons. You're here to judge the sufficiency of the state's case. That is your assignment. You're not here for a show to see who you like more. There are two grades, beyond a reasonable doubt and not guilty. A plus, everything else is an F. There's no A's, there's no A minuses. You are akin to an FDA lab. Imagine a company saying, we're going to put on the market fat-free milk. And the lab, their mission is to determine whether or not there is fat in the milk. And what do they look for? They don't look for milk. They look for fat. The state is telling you they have a state that is free of reasonable doubt. You're not here looking for proof. You're here looking for doubt. And if you're off looking for the wrong thing, you're going to miss what you're here to look for. They have no motive. Their entire case is hinged upon the technology of a phone they claim to have been in Mr. DeMons' possession. What they fail to tell you is that they come across evidence that Mr. DeMons got out of that car before this incident.
That's what I asked.
They ignore that because it's not consistent with their feet.
That's what I asked.
What they fail to tell you is that phone comes back to the name of somebody other than Jamal DeMons. What they forgot to tell you is that their own witness will tell you that, yes, that phone and Mr. Williams' phone and a number of other phones were all in the same account, and all of the people in the house used to use them interchangeably.
That's unusual.
But they're assigning it to him because that is consistent with their theories. They don't follow leads. They have no motive. Investigation was botched. Investigation, as a matter of fact, is still going on as we speak, up to a couple months ago. Yet they're here telling you they have proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
That's right.
What you still investigating. The job of the state is to prove it beyond to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
And if you're a reasonable person and you have doubt, that's reasonable doubt.
I got that.
There's a song called Things That Make You Go,
Mm-hmm.
You say,
Mm-hmm.
That's reasonable doubt.
Well, I said it.
You do not. Miss Bradley is charming. She's good at her job in some respects. But this is not a popularity contest. We don't give, hey, good effort. give participation awards. This man's life is hanging in the balance. And if there is a scintilla of reasonable doubt, you must have the courage to speak up and say so. You're not here to judge him.
Okay, so I have a reasonable doubt. I really do. When did he get out that car? When did Melly get out of that car? What time Melly got out that car? Where did he drop Melly off at in that car? It's that's what I want to know. What time did it start? The shooting start. I need a lot of stuff to help me out right there. I have a reasonable doubt that he's involved. He knows something. Now the main person who's gonna have to talk that can tell is Courtland. Courtland knows who's in that car. But if Courtney decided not to tell who was in that car, somebody gonna take the time. Somebody gonna take this time. Is it gonna be more Courtland, YNW Courtland, or is it gonna be YNW Melly? Because the only thing this attorney right here just did was make his own defense, his client competency. He did what he's supposed to do as an attorney. The prosecutor, she did her role as what she's supposed to do. She got to prove it, reasonable doubt. She got to. Now, you don't have expert, y'all don't have everybody come up. Real deal. Don't be short-winded tonight. I want y'all to put over in that chat. I need y'all young men, young women of this case. Serious about this case. Tell your point of view and your reaction over here in the chat. Okay? Y'all, I appreciate y'all. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to say that forever. I'm on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. I want you all to do me a favor. I have super chat. Not super chat. Yeah, it's a super chat. Super chat. Where you can just do a donation if you want. And you can also, because it's a camera that I need. And you can also go down into the store. I have a store on my channel. They have hoodies and everything. It's advertised on my page. Coffee mug, stickers you can stick anywhere just to represent the real deal Lanita's Gills reaction channel. Because I'm representing you all. You all are my growth. I don't want Melly, YNW Melly, to get the death penalty. No, I don't. He's young. He got a lot to learn. So he got time. But I want to know who did those two young men like that. Because they could have been my son. Somebody took them kids' life for a reason. And I have put videos out there showing Melly and Courtland celebrating right after their best friend. I'm out, y'all. Have a good one.